Okay, so the deck building restrictions for the event are you have to have 3 decks that don't overlap regions, and I'm playing Bilgewater Freljord, and I'm playing Targon Piltover, which leaves me these 4 regions left. And I think Shadow Isles is what I want to do for one of them. Which card is it? Stalking Shadows is a card that's felt really, really powerful, and where is it specifically? With Stalking Shadows, Doom Beast is a card that's felt very impressive to me because it's a great mid-range card. When you need to be aggressive, the Nightfall trigger on Doom Beast kills your opponent faster. And when you're looking to be controlling, it drains and buffers your life total against aggro decks. I've been really, really impressed with Doom Beast in a couple of shells. I think what I want to try today is I would like to try and see if we can make Nocturn feel like a playable card if we're not using Targon Nightfall cards. I think there's a chance that in order for this to be feasible, we're gonna need a deeper card pool like the next two smaller sets to go with Targon, but I think this is what I would like to try to start. So let's get, at a minimum, let's get Onlooker, and then I think that's basically all the Nightfall cards other than Dusk Rider, and I feel like Dusk Rider isn't actually a very good card. Like, it technically triggers itself, but I think this is a card, especially without the Targon cards, you just can't make it big enough consistently enough. So I think the real question in my mind is, can I trigger Nocturne or make Nocturne playable with just Doom Beast, Onlooker, and then Stalking Shadows to kind of pull it together? Yeah, the stat line on this card is not good. Is accurate. Alright, so what else? People are saying, what other faction do we want to do? I don't know, so Iona, Demacia, Noxus are the other factions I can pick from. So like, yell things at me. What do we want to try? That's a cute thought. With Kalista, you technically can get more of these. No, I can't play Freljord. Again, for those people not paying attention. Draven axes technically help trigger Nightfall. They do, don't they? Alright, I'm in. Is the intro bundle worth it? It's a good dollar value compared to crafting the cards individually. We really want Draven's biggest fan then. Why? Explain. Skitter's probably fine. If we're playing Skitter, we can play, what's it called? House Spider. Hey, Johnny Kaz, thanks for the brand new Prime support. Welcome to Hoaglandia. My Captain Pharaoh in front of. When do we always want to be drawing Draven? Can you, like, do we think Draven's worth always wanting to always draw? Like, Draven's like just an okay card. He's only an okay card. I mean, like, people saying Draven's card disadvantage, like, you do understand that Draven is self-enabling, right? Like, you can discard your second axe to enable your first axe. Well, that's true. Draven's biggest fan is another 1-drop? Sure. We'll play a vanilla 2-1. That's the Darius rally card, right? That seems fine. I think I'm gonna build this. I think we're gonna build Draven. We're gonna build Draven Nocturn for this. Just because I just want to make a decision and not sit here. Not sit here and poke at the thing for forever. Stun Spider's probably fine. Our curve's a little awkward. Oh, you know, the other fearsome spider's probably good. The Storko. Look at that. 40 cards. Yeah, Darius Yasuo could be okay. I can definitely see that being fine. We're just starting. Gunox, match 1, game 1. This is actually pretty okay. We're attacking on even, so we can just, like, press okay. And we can go, like, Precious Pet, Stygian Onlooker on 2.
Explosives primed. Is he here yet? Oh, man.
Oh, I didn't. Yeah, let me tweet.
Gotta rock with your name on it. Damn it.
Stream title should be updated.
I know what lurks in the shadows.
So fearsome means they can't be blocked except by things with 3 or more attacks, so Elise is not blocking here. Is Yasuo present? No, not really, puppy. Yasuo's not a super competitive champion.
War Mason, reporting for duty. Make the Empire proud.
Time for the main event.
First game, Galino. Axe into Nocturn? Why is Axe into Nocturn good? I guess we can hook Elise with that line.
You're waiting for. Now we're cooking.
Missing translation. So, I'm gonna assume seeing that's a bug. And like even here, right? Like looking at Nocturne, Nocturne's already 3 out of 5 towards leveling, right? Seems sweet. It's a little sad. They get to keep us off of this as well. So this is a spider. This makes my other spiders bigger. So next time we're gonna get to go like just skitter, kill you. Do I need a defensive skitter now? I think I need a defensive skitter. I guess this is 7, 8, 9. Nah, let's go to 4. I ain't scared. I ain't scared. Famous last words before you die to decimate. I should have defensive there, chat. 1000% about to die to decimate. Yeah, I should have played this defensively last turn.
Whatever, man. Not my fault.
Not my fault. You're right, Draven. It was mine. I apologize, Draven. It's definitely my fault. I mean, to be fair, I could have had life gain there, right? And they was like exactly dead. I like went to 4 very quickly. So they could have been thinking about playing around a Vile Feast or something. Gonna keep this to kill Teemo.
It's Draven time! This is awesome!
Most decks only play 1 Decimate. That's really not true. There is, in fact, a 3x Decimate deck up on, what's it called, Mobalytics?
Me too, kiddo. Me too.
One of the sweet things about spinning X's too is like the threat of them also tends to be very good. It's like I get to attack with these here. And if they want to block here, I get to spinning X, he says, before he gets before we get frostbitten. Probably supposed to ditch this actually and not my Captain Pharaoh. Although I guess next turn I get to go pet into Doom Beast, which is pretty good. Hey, there's a good one. It's our best draw next turn. Nocturne, probably.
Patience. These stories were true.
Yep. Twisted Image Precursor Golem. Can't say that I did. Hey, that's a card that can definitely steal this for us.
Have a mushroom. Have 3. Let's do this.
pretty nutty RNG there. I mean, if you mean your opponent getting a 1 in 3 is nutty RNG, like,
For the money makers.
this turn could have gone worse for us. Could definitely have ended up worse. We hit a pretty decent Nightfall card here with the Moonstalker.
Carved from the savage code.
That's probably the game, right?
Bristle, attack.
Okay.
Suck.
Poor Draven. Hey, heading back down to that succulent ranked floor. Hey, here's that highest win rate scout stack. Just a good friendly reminder that, like, I know it's very popular and common in other streams to just, like, drop your pants and take a dump on whatever deck's being played on stream, but, like, this is not your corporate office. I don't need to hear that my deck's not agile enough. I don't need to hear that it needs to talk again at the next stand-up. It needs more tempo. Be constructive, be specific, or take a break. There are, I don't know the exact list that I have in my editor or up on my page, but we played iterations of them in the past, Candio. I don't think we've played Twisted Fizz yet since the newest set dropped, but I only added 2 cards from the new set to it. It's got a couple of troll chance. Agile deck beats midrange, right? Something like that.
It's Draven time.
Fortune favors the bold.
What's the deck look like? It's basically Bilgewater Freljord Elusive's deck. Is the core of it.
Who does not know the name Laurent?
Who does not know the name Laurent? Yeah, Violent Gems. Do I just Fervor the Misfortune here, and then I can Unspeakable Horror the 2/1? Their Misfortune lives here, but at least both their challengers die. Yeah, Ranger's Resolve wouldn't have ended pretty there for us.
I'll do my best.
So can't block with Draven here, because this will deal a damage to him and kill him, which is not ideal. Just take 3. So, if I fervor here, this lives on 1. Which seems fine.
I'll be damned.
My strength is yours.
I think we just pass,
Belong to us.
and we Spinning Axe, Draven.
Time for the moneymakers.
Plus Unspeakable Horror. Deal 1 here. That's gonna trade those off. We'll generate another Nightfall thing. Unspeakable Horror is very good. Like, deal 1, gain 1, draw a card, even if it's a random one, is like super reasonable. And then I think we just go ahead and Nocturn here. Giving this vulnerable isn't too exciting, obviously, but I think he uses my resources nicely. Next turn we can go Draven's Biggest Fan into Duskrider. I've got 3 Nightfall triggers on this so far. Hey, that's a good pickup here too.
Draven time.
Alright, let's mess some folks up.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm out of play.
Trade that there. See if they want to jump over here. Yep. And next turn we're going up to 8 mana, so I'll be able to go Draven into Duskrider. Gosh, maybe I'm wrong about Duskrider. We're supposed to be playing that card.
The party has arrived.
Definitely feels that way. It's gonna be a 7/5 with Fearsome. Runeterra called that. A deck feels really powerful, except against Dial-Up Dragon. The 8/8 that stuns 2 of your things just puts you in the ground. I could have pushed for lethal here with the Drain in my hand. Probably fine.
Soldiers, to me!
You want to get each reward track up until level 8 multiple 0. If you want to maximize the amount of experience, the amount of rewards you get. Because higher levels take more experience to get through. So get everything to 8, and then to 12, and then to 16. Just do this into this, and then we can open attacks next turn.
A symbol worth fighting for.
This card's such a good finisher. They were dead anyways, but...
Damn, I'm good.
I don't know what I want to cut exactly to fit him in. Do I want to play some amount of Duskrider? I guess Vision's probably more cheeky than anything. Let's go down to one of those. And a couple of these. I don't know, at least crafted. Papa Riot hooked us up with a bunch of wild cards. Shoutouts to them. Thoughts on 2 Draven and 1 of these? I actually think Draven's fan makes you want to play even more Draven, just because, Draven's fan makes you want to play even more Dravens, that way you don't run out of them to fetch.
The chains, they never stop.
So, again, attacking on evens looking super beneficial here, so we can go Spider, Stygian on 2. Well, Riot understands it's an investment, right? Like, they understand that, like, we're making them, people like me, make the money. It was nice of them for them to give me a Nocturn trigger. You're not wrong. So, I mean, it technically costs them more than $0 to give me digital goods. Because technically, I would have bought, like, I would have given Riot some money for the things that they gave me for free. Right? Like, that's definitely the case. But, like, Riot also understands that that small amount of money I would have given them is, like, less than what I will likely make them in playing lots of things. Also, it just, like, builds goodwill, them supporting their creators like that. Like, I feel more incentivized to do more Runeterra stuff because they're being decent to me. Whereas, likewise, I kind of feel the opposite about Magic. I definitely have my desire to create Magic content brought down by the fact that Wizards treats me like crap.
Take a look at this.
They gave the all the free skins, and I'm sure it sold more skins they gave away for free. Yep.
You suck.
Spooky, scary spider. I guess we'll make that one vulnerable. We're not playing this for the vulnerable trigger. Just like gonna get in there. Do you want me to respond to your comment about... Do you want me to respond to your comment about Shadows whiffing with my feelings or with the facts? I'll let you choose, Teddy. Dealer's choice.
Confine and contain.
first one than the other. Well, the feelings response to missing is that obviously the card sucks and you should never play it again. The facts are that if your deck had, well, you had 7 spells and 6 champions, you had 27 hits. I think offhand 27 hits on the Hyper Geo means that, if I recall correctly, that means you have an approximately 98% chance to hit with that card, which is plenty. Spooky spider. Remember, kids, be luckier. Well, boo. It was technically better than getting Avalanche. Chad is not wrong.
We weren't expecting.
Technically better than getting Avalanched. Okay, we got 5 points to reach in hand now. That's true. This was a copy of Vision before we started this game, right? We made that change.
She's definitely trimming her claws.
So if they try to kill any of my stuff, we get to Fervor. Nah, I don't intend to play League for my variety segments. It's too much. Too much stuff to learn. So, if they tap out at any point, we can kill them, right?
Oh, fresh oil.
Daylight star will rule the skies. My light shines.
So we have to spend one of our burn spells killing this, which is a touch unfortunate.
Find you.
So that's still not really ideal for us, because like they're at 8. Should we try and chump and go after killing their face here? Yeah, probably. That's probably a better line. Yeah, because then if they don't have the 2 mana target heal, they die.
I am more
We just don't think they play the 2 mana target heal. Chat seems to be pretty decided that that's not a card we should play around.
Open your eyes.
Give them a chance.
Yeah, it's probably our best chance to win. Yeah, none of the SI decks I've played have really clicked. Feel like this is probably a bad version of the spider aggro that Swim worked on a little bit. Yeah, that's true too. It doesn't even just lose to that, it loses to any of the deal ones that exist in the game. Looking for a curve here. It's a curve, right?
It's Draven time.
Misfortune Gangplank here, so another aggressive deck.
Coming in hot!
This trade isn't great for us because, like, we're technically ending behind. Like, we're trading 1 for 1, but we take a point of damage. I guess we're getting a hit for 2, so maybe a little bit ahead. With the curve Draven into Skitterer here. Katarina is a pretty underwhelming card. Runeterra is a game where tempo is really important, and Katarina is definitely a card that's like very tempo negative. You have to be like pretty far ahead to leverage her appropriately.
Store the rations! Shackle the prisoners! God, axes need victims.
You're out of play.
You pick the losing side!
Okay. Generate an axe here at least.
Draven.
We're a little bit ahead on board. I feel like their top end of Gangplank's a little bit bigger than ours, though. So we probably need to prioritize ending the game here. Probably fan into Doombeast here.
Grog if you work, run if you don't!
Note that Blade's Edge is fleeting when you play Cat, so Cat is your Nightfall trigger. How? Like, you can't save the Blade's Edge, so it's not a Nightfall trigger.
It's Draven time.
Looking good, kid.
If they don't break, they'll burn. Make the Empire proud.
Who's falling for blood?
Blast them.
Does he do this?
The average quality of the Nightfall cards you generate with Unspeakable Horrors is really high.
Who's angry for action, eh?
That is a very large gentleman. I guess I could do this and make him vulnerable, and we can hook him with the spider and get in for 8 here. Trading the spider for a bunch of damage.
Lock the doors! I rarely forget. I never forgive.
So Jack makes a Sleep with the Fishes every turn to deal damage to their stuff to hit our Nexus. Yeah, we got a lot of points in hand. Do we just like axe? Do we just like axe to enable Nightfall here?
The skies darken.
Now we're cooking.
You want to axe into horror? I think I want to play my 3-2 out. Yeah, it's a good observation. Their factions do not have life gain. Do I want to deal 1 or do I want to save 1? Probably deal 1. Okie doke.
Remember the objectives.
That's a good one.
Kill is the lot of you.
Strike at their foundations.
Really? This seems like a great exchange for us.
Cowards!
I mean, they could just have more gas in hand, right? Like if they're on like warning shot shark here, they just get us. That's a great draw.
Time for the moneymakers.
It's a big boy, chat. It's a big boy. I just try and kill Misfortune here and then kill them, right? Nah, I probably don't need to do that.
Let's do this.
It's my kind of party.
Scan, kill their dome. The Dusk Rider's growing on me, chat.
What's my name?
All right. Oh, this is something to take note of when you're building and brewing with a new set too, right? Like I don't know that this specific deck that we're playing is good. It's probably not, but the 5-drop Nightfall has been really impressive so far. Skalista. We're attacking on evens again here, which is actually very good because we can again go fan into Onlooker. Mulligan Beast here. Yeah, attacking on evens has been consistently good for like 1 drop into Sticky In.
What's that noise? No, 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 no.
Maybe I'm just playing horror now? Okay. Man, they're like Vision plus Spinning Axe does not stick around.
Now we're cooking.
Attack for 19 on turn 4.
Please, I have connection.
Please, I have connections. Oh, right. I always forget that Vision is a permanent buff.
Autographs after the fight.
Let me find my third deck. Nah, I don't think so. I feel like this has a lot of similar vibes. Like, again, I'm being pretty picky with my deck choice. Like,
Hey, buddy.
I want explicitly like a deck that lets me feel pretty smart. And like, this is definitely like looking like there's a reasonable Smork U core here. But it's definitely a pretty far cry from like a... It doesn't let me like fizz people. Level Draven for an open attack. I guess they have 2 fearsome blockers. Which kind of sucks.
Lovely day for a battle.
Lovely day for a battle.
Just need victims. Time for the moneymakers.
So we'll get to level him here. They'll gain 1. We're gonna hold on to this biggest fan for now because if they kill this Draven, I would like to be able to fetch up another leveled one. Okay, that's a great pickup. It's gonna let this happen a couple of times. Well, poop. Lol, baby, they who endure. I think I need to do this. An unspeakable horror.
You hoping they'll die of boredom?
Yeah, and that's the other part, like, a lot of these Shadow Isles builds I work on, like, so, there's the traditional They Who Endure list, like they were playing there, and then, Spider Burn is something Swim worked on that also has a bunch of people playing on the ladder. Also has some similarities. This is not playing, what's it called? Nocturn. Honestly, I wonder if it could be right. This deck's only playing 3 champions. I could just play Nocturn in this shell. Like, it's playing Onlooker and Stalking Shadows and Doom Beast anyways, and some Unspeakable Horrors. I could probably just, like, take this established build with Elise and play it there. One of the things that this build is really good at that, like, the last deck would have been good at too, but we played Draven instead, is Elise's level up is really easy when you have other spiders with her. So she's self-enabling a little bit in that she summons things, but, like, when you pair her with things like House Spider and Precious Pet and Arachnoid Horror, she levels pretty quickly. Let's try this with some Nocturne in it before we call it a day. Let's try this. Not a lot of Nightfall creatures. So one of the things that I think people are underappreciating about Nocturne is that Nocturne is one of the champions in this game that you don't need to level him for him to be good. So a single Nightfall creature can trigger Nocturne multiple times, but even if you don't have that, Nocturne is just a 5/3 that gives something vulnerable is, like, super reasonable. Even just a 5/3 fearsome for 4 is, like, a pretty good stat line in an aggro deck. Lee Sin, Orient Soul, sure.
Skill and grace to tear your breath away.
Easy block here with Elise coming down for sure. Do I Elise now, or do I Elise into Stygian next turn? I'm gonna bank 2 spell mana and go Elise into Stygian, I think.
Come closer.
Perfect, and then this draw's good, because next turn we can go this into this, which is great. That's super unfortunate.
No one's the wiser. I don't think I'm gonna play an archetype like this as my third. It feels like playing Burn from Magic. You just, like, kind of blow your load, and then if you don't have them mostly dead by turn, like 6 to 7, very similar to the Lulu deck. There's been a lot of people playing things similar to this without Nocturne, and they've been putting up okay results, but just it doesn't, like, scratch that itch for me to play why I play card games. And while it's fine to, like, fart around with for, like, an hour and a half on the ladder, if I'm gonna, like, take time out of my schedule to play a tournament, I don't want to play a deck like this in a tournament. It just doesn't keep me engaged enough in it while I go. At any rate, that's going to wrap up for me for today, folks. I really appreciate it. Shout out to Dr. Mr. Punny,
for the giant donation to try and take a crack at building something as a third deck for today. I'll be back tomorrow morning into the afternoon. I'm going to do 2 Magic decks, followed by 2 Runeterra decks after that, and hopefully catch you later. If you're someone that's new that dipped in from the Runeterra section, thanks for hanging out with us here today. I've got a bunch of Runeterra stuff up on my website and my YouTube channel. I usually stream 2 to 3 constructed decks per day, and they get posted and cut up in both of those places. So catch you tomorrow, hopefully. Peace, folks.